Hi, have you think about how to ask and answer these questions? What do you do? Where do you live? Why do you study Chinese in Chinese language? Beautiful. In this video course, we are going to learn the 8 questions in Chinese language. We are going to look into how to say what, where, which, when, who, whose, what time, and why in Chinese language. Hi, if you are new in this channel, thank you for checking my videos. How to find and subscribe to my channel? Go to YouTube search for Larison. You will see Larison at the top left. Click on the name and hit on the resolution button. Click on the notification bell for video updates. Also follow my Facebook page at Larison. What in Chinese have two pronunciation method. 什么 啥 Then the second one, which in Chinese is pronounced as na. It has the third tone of Chinese language. The third tone is the falling and rising tone. In case you don't know anything about the tones of Chinese language, please watch our full video course on Pinyin Lesson 2. You will learn everything about tone. So, na is which. Then the third one, where in Chinese is pronounced as nåli and nar. It has two pronunciation methods. The first method, which is nåli, is pronounced by the southern part of Chinese. Why? Nar is being pronounced by the northern part of Chinese. But personally, I prefer using nåli. Then the fourth part, who in Chinese also has two pronunciation methods. Shéi, shuí, and shuí. Shuí, which has almost the same sound with water. The water in Chinese is also pronounced as shuí. The only difference there is that water has third tone, while this shuí has a rising tone. So the main part is for you to understand them when it is being pronounced. Then the fifth part, whose in Chinese also have two pronunciations. Shéide, shuide. Just like shéi in who, we only add the particle the to them, making it whose. So shéide, shuide. When in Chinese is pronounced as 什么时候 什么时候 Then the seventh one, what time in Chinese is being pronounced as 几点 Then the last part, which is number 8, why in Chinese is pronounced as 为什么 Now let's move to the next question, which is how to ask question with WH questions. The first one, what 什么 One of the most commonly asked questions with what is, what do you want? Does it what asking in English form? Let's try it out. What? 什么 do you? 你 want? 要 That is giving us 什么你要 It doesn't work that way. It doesn't even make sense in Chinese form. Reason was because the way we arrange sentence order in Chinese language is totally different in English language. So here right now, we're going to use this sentence order. Subject plus verb plus object. Now we have subject, which is 你 verb, which is yao. And then the last one, which is the object, 什么. What do you want? 你要什么? 你要什么? So take note of that. Another example, what do you like? Using that same sentence order, we have subject plus verb plus object. Remember we said that it doesn't work in English form. So we use subject plus verb plus what? Object. So what do you like? We'll start with subject, 你, verb, 喜欢, object, 什么. So giving us in English literal translation, you like what? But in its original translation, it means what do you like? Do, we don't have it in Chinese language. So what do you like? 你喜欢什么? The second one, which in Chinese is 哪. Let's see one of the commonly asked questions. For example, which color do you like? Remember, we say that it doesn't go with English form. So we use this formula. Subject, verb, and object. So subject, you. The verb here is like. Then which color, which is the object. So it's going to go this way. 你喜欢哪个颜色? 你喜欢哪个颜色? Meaning what? Which color do you like? Which apple do you want? Subject, which is you. Verb, which is want. Object, which apple? Object, which apple? Giving us 你要哪个苹果? 你要哪个苹果? Which apple do you want? 苹果 is apple. And the third question, which is where. Where in Chinese, we say it has two pronunciations. The first one is nåli and nar. Nåli and nar. For example, where did you go on vacation? Where did you go on vacation? You go where? Vacation. So using that same method, we have 你去哪里度假? 你去哪里度假? So meaning, where do you go on vacation? 你去哪里度假? 你去哪里度假? Or we can also say 你去哪儿度假? 你去哪儿度假? So then another example, where is the room? Using that same method, we'll have 房间在哪里? Meaning what? Where is the room? Or 房间在哪儿? 房间在哪儿? So you can form your own sentence using another form. 房间在哪里? 房间在哪儿? The fourth question, which is who. I will say that who have two pronunciation. 谁 or 谁. 谁 or 谁. So let's see another commonly asked question with who. Who is he? Who is he? 他是谁? 他是谁? Who is he? 他是谁? 他是谁? Or the other pronunciation. 他是谁? 他是谁? Then another sample. Who are you? Is also a commonly asked question. Who are you? So using the same method, subject, verb, and object, it will give us you are who, which is 你是谁? 你是谁? Who are you? So using this other method, which is 谁, is going to give us 你是谁? 你是谁? So you can use birds. 你是谁 or 你是谁? So it's same meaning. The fifth one, which is whose. I will say that whose have two pronunciation methods, which is shéide and shuide. So for example, let's see one of the commonly asked questions with whose. We have whose pen is this? Whose pen is this? So using that same method, it's gonna give us 这个笔是谁的？这个笔是谁的？ Then using the other way pronunciation of whose, it's gonna be 这个笔是谁的？这个笔是谁的？ Whose pen is this? Then another example, whose car is this? Whose car is this? So using that same method, it's gonna give us 这辆车是谁的？这辆车是谁的？ Whose car is this? 这辆 is a major word for car. Remember, we said a major word is always added at the back of a noun. So we use major word for noun. So 这辆 is a major word for car. 这辆车是谁的？ Whose car is this? 这辆车 is car. 是 is 谁的？ Whose? So if we put the other translation, it's gonna give us 这辆车是谁的？这辆车是谁的？ The next part, which is the sixth part, is when. When, remember we said that is 什么时候？什么时候？ Here something happens here. Here, when we're talking about when deals with time. So that means that the sentence order will definitely change. So it's going to give us subject plus time, because when we are talking about when, time is always included. So subject plus time plus verb and object. For example, when do you wake up? When do you wake up? So you know I'm trying to ask the time. So using that subject, time, verb, and object is gonna give us 你什么时候起床？你什么时候起床？ Giving us 你什么时候 is you when 起床 wake up. You when wake up. That is a literal translation. But in a normal translation, original translation, it's gonna be when do you wake up? 你什么时候起床? Then let's see the last example. When do you come back? When do you come back? So using that same method, subject, time, verb, and object is gonna give us 你什么时候回来？你什么时候回来？ Giving us you when come back. You when come back. So that is the literal translation. But in its original translation, it is when do you come back? 你什么时候 when 回来 回来 is to come back. 你什么时候回来 to come back or to return back. Then the seventh part, which is what time? What time? 几点 What time? 几点 So we are also going to use subject plus verb and object. So for example, what time is it? What time is it? Here, when talking about time, we are going to remove that word and change it to now. Now is what time? So using that formula, it's gonna be 现在几点？现在几点？ Or you can say 现在是几点？现在是几点？ So it depends on the one you want to use. You can use now is what time or what time is it now? So what time? 现在几点 or 现在是几点？ Last example. What time do you go to work? What time do you go to work? Using that same method is going to give us 你几点上班？你几点上班？上班 is working, to go to work, to start work. 上班你几点 You what time 几点上班 What time do you go to work? And the last part, which is number 8. 为什么 Why? 为什么 which is why. Here, the sentence structure also changes. Here, we have this as a sentence structure: subject plus adverbial plus verb plus object. Why do you study Chinese? Why do you study Chinese? Using that same formula, we have 你为什么学习汉语？你为什么学习汉语？ Why do you study Chinese? Or we can as well use 你为什么学汉语? We can remove that 习 and say 你为什么学汉语? We're going to be rounding up here today. Today we've been able to learn the 8 WH questions in Chinese language. We've also been able to learn how to ask these questions in Chinese language. In our next video, we are going to discuss about how to answer the WH questions. Today, remember, we've learned how to ask these WH questions. In our next video, it's gonna be how to answer these questions. I know you're gonna like that. Please, if you are new in our channel, kindly hit on the subscription button, hit on the notification bell for more video updates. Like, share, drop your comment on any part you don't really understand. You will get a response from me. See you next time. 再见。